Hello, everybody. This How To Monday session is a little bit of a technical deep dive with thanks to Marianne for her question. She said, would love to find this as a layer in ArcGIS. So obviously I had a look and of course it wasn't there because that would just be too helpful. And so what I've had to do is actually go on a little bit of an expedition to figure out how to get this on my ArcGIS online map. So this is a really good lesson of if you find something cool that you really like, if you try hard enough, you can actually eventually get it into your ArcGIS online map. So the first thing I did was I clicked on the link that Marianne put on the Facebook group and it took me to this place. Okay, so you can see the map there, the brilliant, gives a little bit of information. And then if you actually scroll down to the bottom, it takes you to a website. I clicked on that and it took me to the database area for this map. And I had a bit of a look and the website is huge, but I did notice this little download data here, download data file. So I downloaded it. And as you can see, it is a huge file. This is what it downloads as. You can see all the different kind of columns here. But this regime column here, this is actually the column that they have mapped with the blue and the green and the red and everything. So that's the column that we actually need. So here's where I went from there. I went down to explore a little bit further and I found their how-to manual. So they actually have a manual of instructions of how to create your own. Now, obviously, I know how to upload a CSV file into ArcGIS Online, but this is why this one's useful. It tells you what the different colors mean, okay? So TF is the thrust faulting, SF is the strike slip, NF is the normal faulting, etc., etc. And it also tells you what colors they did. So, for example, the thrust faulting is in blue, okay? So what happens is we go to add layer from file, find the data that we've downloaded, in this case, world stress map here, and we go ahead and open it. Now, I've already done this because it's a big layer and I didn't want this video to drag on forever. So I already uploaded it, and that's what it looks like when you upload it. From here, you've now got the data. And so it's just a case of doing exactly what we've done previously, where we can go over to the Styles tab and we can choose our file. Now, don't forget, if we go on that show table, we can actually see here the different areas. And now we know that to get those blue, green, different colors, we need the regime column because it said so on the website. I'm going to go field. I'm going to select regime. I'm going to add it to my map. Now, you can see here that at the minute it's very multicolored, and there's also two extra bits of information that weren't in the original map. So all we need to do now is follow the step-by-steps, okay? So it says NF data is in red. So I go back, I select my style, I find my NF data, I change it to red. That's more pink, but you get what I'm doing. Okay, then I go back to my manual and then it says the SS data is in green. You see what I'm doing? I'm just going, oh, it's already in green, fantastic. And the TF data is in blue. Brilliant. So we'll find the TF data, we'll turn it blue, amazing. Now, these that are not originally on the map, we can simply just click them and remove them. And now they're not even an issue. And the last one was the unknown data that it says is in black. So we will change that to black. And we'll press done and lock it in. Now, it's not exactly the same as the original one. You can see this one is actually more lines rather than dots, but it's pretty darn close. And of course, from here as well, we can actually change what these icons say. So if you want them to say the full thing, whereas this one was unknown, we can actually write that in. And so our legend is what you want it to be. Now, I know this seems like a lot of steps. It seems like a lot of faffing around. I get it. And to be honest with you, it was. But all in all, to create this map, which is very similar to this map and kind of shows exactly the same things, in all honesty, it took me 10 minutes. So things might seem like a lot, but if you just give yourself, you know, a little bit of patience and you know, try and actually use logic around what might make sense for you, it's actually quite easy. So have a go. And by all means, if you find anything like what Marianne has put on the Facebook page here that you want me to do a how-to video to figure out, please by all means post it on the Facebook group. But yeah, I think it's you know, I mean, the colors could be better, but I think all in all, it's a pretty decent replica of the stress map of the world just by changing a few colors. So have a go. If you've got any comments or questions, please feel free to put them under the video, and have a wonderful week.